I am often asked the question, what's the best mic for this? Or, how would you mic that? While being valid questions, they are the wrong questions to ask because there is no answer. So many variables go into recording sound, such as the quality or timbre of the source, placement of the mic, the room or environment you are recording in, the purpose of the recording, and the destination of the recording, so forth and so on, that there is no one answer I can give. And often I find that my initial mic choices and placements are not the best choices. There is a varying degree of experimentation every time. After 20 years, however, you do begin to learn certain characteristics of mics that help you figure out which ones to use more efficiently. So for my final project, I decided to create a tool to help people hear and compare the different microphones and see how they respond in a real environment, since most recordings do not happen in an anechoic chamber. The journey began with a trip to the Art Institute, where they have a much larger selection of mics than I do. Upon arriving at AI, I introduced myself to the class and then proceeded to collect several microphones of all shapes and sizes. I gathered large and small diaphragm condenser mics, dynamic mics, and ribbon mics, 14 in all. After setting up the mics, I enlisted the class to help with the recording, as I have yet to master the art of being in two places at once. We set the session up so that we were only using the mic pre's of the SSL duality to keep everything consistent with the same coloration. Once everything was ready to go, a student with a really cool voice named
Amante Pollard
volunteered for the first recording. We recorded the sentence,
"So this is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives,"
into each microphone. The sentence contains several aspects of the voice which can sometimes be a problem when recording. Sibilance refers to the S sounds produced when we speak. For example, she sells seashells. And plosives are consonants that produce an explosion of air. P's, B's, etc. I didn't use a windscreen because I wanted to demonstrate the sensitivity of the various mics to these issues. Once that was done, my friend Brian grabbed his trumpet and repeated the process. The third thing I recorded was a simple guitar rhythm, and finally, I shot pink noise into the room and sampled that. Once I had all my samples, I made the journey back to my studio to begin the second phase of the project. I took the samples and normalized them to -3 dB so that they would all play back at the same volume, and then cut them into loops. Phase 3 was a sheer test of patience. I wanted to create a simple user-controlled playback device so one could compare the sonic quality of raw microphone samples with the various sources I had recorded. This wasn't too difficult, just tedious, as you can see with the amount of patching and routing I had to do. But now I am proud to present you with the Gregulon M400 Plus microphone Compareulator. Hear the sonic differences of various microphones without having to spend big money to hear them in action.
This is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives. This is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives. This is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives. This is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives. This is a short sentence with sibilants and plosives.
When making mic choices, my first consideration is, what am I making this for? And then I begin to select mics based on the needs of the recording. Sometimes I will choose a less expensive mic over a spendy one because it gives me what I am looking for. If I had any real advice for you, it is this: learn your gear, understand its capabilities, and see how far you can push it. You might be surprised. And if you're looking to purchase a microphone, hopefully this tool I have made will help you figure out which one would suit your needs the best. I put a copy of it in OnCourse for everybody. Have a good summer.